How did Esau look according to the Holy Scriptures, not according to opinions or theories? Alright, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kaha Kodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect in the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And I wanted to do a response video to a statement that was made by Fopi, which was spotted by the beloved Apostle Tahar. As you see in this video right here, his channel is called GMS Declaring the End. That is Apostle Tahar's channel. Subscribe and be edified, as well as informed on current world events. But as you see in Apostle Tahar's video right here, Fopi, basically they don't shit it on the floor again, and then wipe their ass with their own towel that they use to dry themselves off with after they come out the shower, and then talking about, Esau's a black man with red hair, and some stupid shit. Okay, and that simply is not biblical. Okay, now if you was not born under a rock, you should know that Esau was first mentioned in the Holy Scriptures. Okay, now we here at Great Millstone, we deal according to the Holy Scriptures. Okay, so whenever we fact check, whenever we bring out the 100% unadulterated truth, it's all according to the Holy Scriptures. So when it comes to dealing with the truth, you have to deal with the Holy Scriptures. And you see, the closer we get to the end of Esau Edom's empire, the more damnable heresies are going to rise, the more false teachings are going to come out, the more false doctrines are going to be manifested. People are going to get scared. They're not going to, want to profess Esau to be the Edomites. And ultimately, they are going to turn their back on Yahweh Shai. They're going to become as traitors. So you see, you got a lot of guys out there who say that we don't have the doctrine and we're going off. Well, according to the Holy Scriptures, okay, somebody out there has the 100% truth. And we know this because according to Revelation, the 14th chapter, it tells you that in the mouth of the elect was found no guile. And we know that no lie is of the truth. Okay? And we know that no lie is of the truth because what did Isaiah say? Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Okay? Isaiah said this. Okay? Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And we know that the light is the truth. We know that Yahweh Shai is the truth because Yahweh Shai is the light. So if they're not speaking according to what is in the Holy Scriptures, if their doctrine of what they're teaching or speaking is not according to what is written in the Holy Scriptures, It is because there is no light in them. And what did Yahushua say? He said he come in a volume of the book. It is written of him. Okay. So if you're not speaking according to what is written in the Holy Scriptures, that means you don't have the 100% truth. You don't have Yahushua in you, which is that light. Yahushua is that light. And if you don't have Yahushua, you have Satan dwelling in you. And if Satan is dwelling in you, then what? You're going to come with heresies. You're going to come with cunningly devised fables. You know, you're going to start teaching lies in hypocrisy. And pretty much you're going to pervert the truth. You're going to start adding things and taking away things from the Holy Scriptures. Okay? So, you know, starting with our apostles of Great Millstone on down, you know, to the leadership, the elders, the bishops, the captains, okay, the apologists, the apologetics, if I'm saying that correctly, the apologetics, you know, of Great Millstone, okay, to the prophets and the servants of Great Millstone, okay, we have the 100% unadulterated truth, okay, and we know what Esau looked like according to what the scriptures say, okay, and the closer we get to the end, the harder these devils are going to, you know, when I say these devils, I'm talking about the Edomites, okay, the closer we get to the end of Edom's empire, the harder they're going to fight to try to get away from what they are in the Bible. But thanks to the men who the Lord are dealing with, you know, because not every member of the elect is going to be a part of Great Millstone, you know. You got guys out there, you know, who pretty much set up their own camps, who teach just like Great Millstone teach, who could very well be of the elect, especially if they're hoping to be of that number, you know. But we do know this much. The elect men, they have the 100% truth. And through that 100% truth, through that light, Esau is going to be exposed in the last days, and people are going to wake up to who the Edomites are, as you will see right here in Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself, because ever since they came up into power, you know, going on almost 500 plus years ago, you know, these devils have been, you know, going under various different names to call themselves. They've been going under various different names, calling themselves everything except what they are in the Bible. Okay? Such as, you know, white, which there's no such thing as a white person, okay? You see the color of my cursor? That's white. Okay? So there's no such thing as a white person. And black, you know, there's no such thing as a black person. Okay? White and black were created to push so-called white supremacy and to basically, you know, they basically hide the Israelites, the true Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, from their true biblical nationality, which is the fact that they are Israelite. Okay? As a matter of fact, if we come over here, let's type in Google, let's go to Google, right? And let's just type in, where did the term black and white, yes, where did the term black and white come from? See, the earliest known use of the phrase black and white is the Middle English period, 1150 to 1500s. You see that? Earliest evidence for black and white is from, you see, and at around this time, well, I wouldn't say 1150 because during the period of 1150, in the period of 1150, we was in rulership, okay? So black and white, which those are just colors, but where did the race, okay, in the matter of fact, who invented, excuse me, who invented the race black and white? Who invented, okay, who invented the idea for racial, excuse me, black and white? Racial invention of whiteness. Let me see. History. Race, history, ideology, science, race as categorizing term referring to human beings. Okay, see, Britannica, let's look at this. Okay, and race of saints, let me see, idea of race, you see, central F and type in black, you see what we get here. Okay, let's see, see, Africans intermarried, their children suffer little and special discrimination. Let's see, women, black and whites work together, drink. Okay, so you're not going to really get much here. Okay. Let's see. Let's type this in there. Where did black and white race come from? Let's see what we get here. Culture, racism, the racial identity of white has evolved. Okay. Okay, so check this out. The World Channel. Okay. Let me see. How America invented race. So right here we see what? The white race was invented by rich Virginians in 1676. You see that? So, you're not going to find black or white in the Holy Scriptures. Okay? This was, the white race was invented by rich Virginians. Okay? In 1676, in the aftermath of a populist rebellion of impoverished, indentured, and enslaved, and around this time we was in slavery, right? And Europeans, now known as Bacon's Rebellion, okay? Okay, so there's no such thing as a white person. Okay, the white race was created by rich Virginians. Okay, and at around that time, we was being called We was being called what? Nigger. We was being called Negro. Okay, and this is while we was in slavery, in which nigger just comes from the Latin niger, which means black. Okay, showing you that nigger is not really a offensive word. Okay, what is the Latin word for black? Okay, and that's, they say negros, but that's not true. Okay, it's niger. Okay, how to say black in Latin? What do you see down here? You see nigerimus, which means darkened, you know, obscurabiter, which means to be ob, obscure, means, in other words, obscure from light, An adjective, what do we see down here? Okay, you see niger. Okay, so all they did was added an extra G to the word and changed the pronunciation to it, like they do with all their words. Okay, so we was being called niggers while we was in slavery. We was called niggers, niggeros. Okay, so I mean, Esau's being made bare. Okay, okay. In 1676, rich Virginians decided to call themselves white, and there's no such thing as a white person or a black person, and you're not going to find a white or black person in the Holy Scriptures. Everybody on this planet has a biblical nationality. As you will see right here, if we come over here to Genesis, the 25th chapter, right, it goes into the origins of Jacob and Esau. Now, we're not going to go into Jacob because we know Jacob became the father of the 12 patriarchs, which will be the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which will be the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay. But here, we're going to go into the origins of Esau and what he really looks like. And the Bible does not describe Esau as being black with red hair. As you will see right here in Genesis 25 verse 24, okay, when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Okay, these were fraternal twins. Okay, Jacob and Esau did not look the same. As you will see, Jacob was not described when he came out of the womb of Rebekah, because Jacob was brown skinned with woolly hair, just like Isaac and Rebekah. Okay, and I don't really need to go too much into it. We'll prove it then. Okay, how come when Moses put his hand into his bosom and took it out, it came out white as leprous as snow? Okay, a person can only the only way a person can end up with leprosy is if they have brown skin. If you don't have brown skin, you can't have you can't become leprous. Okay, the only way a person can become leprous is if they have brown skin. So we know that when Moses put his hand in his bosom and took it out, his hand became leprous as snow. And then when he put his hand back into his bosom again, it became as his other hand. So Moses if Moses was walking the earth today, he would look like a so-called black person from the tribe of Levi. Okay, he was a Haitian. He would look like a so-called Haitian, which would be a brown-skinned person with woolly hair. Okay, Job described his skin as being black. Okay, Solomon described his skin as being black, which really, when you go into that word black, it goes back to the Hebrew word quadar, which means dark skin. So what color was King David? What color was his forefathers? You see? But anyways, like I said, I'm not going to go too much into it. Before Israelites were scattered, to the four corners of the earth, okay, all the Israelites had brown skin and woolly hair. But that's not the case in this generation because we've been scattered on the four corners of the earth. And throughout the generations, our nation ended up looking like the people of the other nation. You know, that's why we say this truth is not a black or white thing, And that's what the Edomites try to make it about. They try to make this truth as you got the black Hebrew Israelites and the white Hebrew Israelites. Well, give me a scripture somewhere in the scriptures where it says that there's black Hebrew Israelites and white Hebrew. You're not going to find it because there's no such thing as a black or white person. Okay? Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, he's described as a dark brown-skinned man with white woolly hair. The Heavenly Father is described as a very dark brown-skinned man with woolly hair. The angels, and this is all in the Bible. The angels. Now, I can easily prove it. Okay? The angels are described as very dark brown-skinned men with woolly hair. So, Genesis 25, verse 5. Let's go to the origins of Esau and what Esau really looks like. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Okay? So the scripture said that, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Now, does that mean that Esau came out hairy? No, because then his skin, you wouldn't be able to describe what his skin looked like. Okay, and give me a time give me a time ever in history when a baby was born, hairy all over. Okay, no, babies are not born with hair on their body, man. When it says born all over like a hairy garment, okay, because back in the ancient world, if somebody wanted their garment a particular color, they would take the entire garment and they would dump it in some dye. And then the whole entire garment would pretty much be the same color as the dye that they dipped it in. Okay? So that's what it's talking about. Basically, Esau's body was red all over. Okay? So, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And here's an example. Okay? Here's an example of a baby being born red all over like a hairy garment. Now, don't get me wrong. You do got babies that are born with hair on their head, but they're not born with hair on their face, their chest, their arms, their feet. No. Okay? So here's an example of a baby that's born red all over like a hairy garment. You see? This baby's whole entire body is red. Okay? So, if there was ever a biblical description of how Esau looked when he was born, this is a good depiction of how Esau looked when he was born. Okay? And they called his name Esau. You know why they called his name Esau? Which, when you look up the word Esau literally means wasted away as he. Okay? Esau literally means wasted away as he. How come how come Isaac named him wasted away as he? What makes a person physically wasted away? The fact that they have no melanin in their skin, which makes their skin brown. So Esau was born without brown skin, but Jacob was born with brown skin and woolly hair. Okay, Esau was not born with woolly hair. He was born with stringy hair. Okay, he was born with stringy hair, just like the picture of that baby that I showed you. Okay, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. Okay, there's a reason why they did not describe Jacob, because Jacob was brown skinned with woolly hair, just like his parents. And Isaac was 80 old when he buried him. Okay. Okay. So Esau is Edom according to Genesis 36:1. So who are the Edomites today? If the descendants of Esau was walking the earth today, they would look like so-called white people, right? Because why was Esau born red all over? Because of the fact that he was born with no melanin in his skin, right? Therefore, it was possible to see his blood through his skin because the blood shows through the white meat of a person with no leopard through the white meat of a person with no melanin in their skin. Okay, the blood shows forth through the white meat. And what happens is that the person starts to turn red from the blood that is showing under their skin. That's what made Esau red. That's why Esau is called Edom, which when you look up Edom, Edom goes back to the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red. Now, I don't think they're going to tell you in the Bible that it's you know, see, Adam, which is Adawam. Oh, so there you go. They actually told the truth here. Okay, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau, land of Edom. You see? So Edom literally means red. Now, right? I'm gonna come back here just real quick. We're gonna go into the characteristics of Esau as well. Because we can't just go off of skin color. We gotta go off of the characteristics. Because we also got tares amongst the nation of Israel. I'm talking about chocolate covered Edomites, right? They look like Jake, but guess what? Their personality and characteristics is that of Esau, okay? They like to eat bloody meat, you know. They like to go out hunting, climbing mountains, you know. They like to hunt animals for sport and shit. Okay? Genesis 36:1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom, who is red. These are the generations of Esau, who is red. Okay? Because Esau and his people were the only nation of people walking around being red because they had no melanin in their skin. Okay? And for generations, Esau has been trying to figure out how to get his melanin back. Okay. And and during the time of slavery, well, what do you think was going on? They was raping our women and having babies by them. And the babies that was coming out of those women had brown skin and woolly hair during the time of slavery, right? When the Israelite woman, the nigger woman, was getting raped by the slave master, okay, the baby came out having brown skin and woolly hair, but that baby was an Edomite. Why? Because your nationality is based on who your father is. As you will see, if we come over here to the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, okay, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. And that word house right there is going into lineage, by the lineage, the tribes of their fathers. And how come they did it by the fathers? Because the man carries the seed. The word seed goes back to the Greek word sperma, which is where you get the word sperm from. Okay. So a child's nationality is based on who the father is. So if a so-called white man have sex with a Chinese person, the baby that's coming out of that Chinese woman is an Edomite. Okay, point blank period. If a Japanese man have sex with an African woman, the baby that's coming out of that African woman is Japanese. Okay? So if an Israelite man have sex with an Arabian woman or an East Indian woman, the babies coming out of that East Indian woman or Arabian woman is an Israelite. Okay? So I'll finish reading this. It says, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So we're going to go back here, right? Let's go to the characteristics of Esau and Jacob. Okay. Okay. So it says, let's see there. So Genesis 25 verse 27, right? It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Okay, so what do you think a cunning hunter is going to do? Okay, he's going to go out, in the midst of wildlife, crouching in tall grass. Okay. So let's go to YouTube and let's type in, see, exploring amongst dangerous wildlife. And let's see who's out there doing that. Matter of fact, let's see. Okay, let me see. Let's see. I'm just gonna type this. Let me see. White people. Crouching. People. Approaching. Dangerous animals. You see. Wildlife. Stupid people by animals, Yellowstone.
Here, and it's walking right towards her. She's just standing there.
Okay. Let me see. Dangerous animals caught being friendly. Let's just type this in. See, and you're only going to see so-called white people doing this silly shit.
Clear action game with military vehicles.
There are moments when even the most dangerous animals are so friendly, it's almost unbelievable. Like this alligator, or a wolf, or lion.
Look at that. Esaw's a cunning hunter of the field.
This giant ray is playing with a boy who's feeding it fish. Turns out fishermen often butcher the fish at this port, so the sea creatures are used to being fed. And these guys decided that regular training is too boring, so they decided to wrestle with a bear. Thankfully, the animal didn't mind. This black Asian water monitor lizard decided to cheer the human on as he was cleaning the terrarium. Clearly, the lizard knows that the person is doing it a favor. This wolf eel couldn't leave the diver alone until it had enough attention. While most people would panic at the sight of a scorpion, this person nonchalantly holds mom scorpion in his hand, along with several dozen of her offspring. This alligator is not only skilled at catching food, but also completely connected to Pocho. But this crocodile named Pocho takes it to the next level. It's been friends with this man for many years, allowing him to swim on top of the animal, hug it, and even kiss it right in the jaws. And this is an incredible encounter.
So, come on, man. So, like it says, right? Genesis 20, and you, what do you see? You seen all Edomites, right? And the boys grew, and the Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. You see that? So Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Okay? That's why you got things like Crocodile Dundee, you know? You got Animal Planet. Because Esau's a cunning hunter of the field, you know? He knows how to, you know, he'll put on a jacket that's covered in grass and, you know, bush leaves, and then he'll go and sneak up on tigers and lions and cougars and bears and all that other shit, because he's a cunning hunter of the field, man. So who do you think the Edomites are today? It's you so-called white people. You are the descendants of Esau. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Yeah, Jacob just liked to chill. You know? Jacob, for the most part, he'll play basketball, but then what he'll do, he might play basketball for like 1 or 2 hours, and then he'll go home and he'll just be chilling at home for the rest of the day and shit. You know? Playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, Overwatch. Okay? You know, smoking a blunt, which you're not supposed to smoke. But I'm giving you the characteristics of Jacob. Jacob, you know, he might be home. He might pop his woman. He might lay down, chill with his woman. Might go out to eat somewhere. You see? And that's what our people like to do. Our people just like to chill, you know. Our people are not into mountain climbing and skydiving with parachutes, playing with death, you know, bungee cord jumping into rivers, you know, climbing Eiffel Towers, you know, going out into the wildlife. You're not going to see Israelites out there doing that shit. Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. You're going to see Israelites chilling, you know. So there's, you know, when the Lord said two manner of people shall be separated from her bowels, okay. Genesis 25 verse 22, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, unto Rebekah, two nations are in thy womb, and what? Two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. You see that? Two manner of people. So there's a difference between Israelites and Edomites. So Jacob and Esau were not the same people, okay? Jacob and Esau were two different nation of people. Jacob would become the progenitor of the Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, okay? And it's proven that the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites through biblical prophecy, okay? We fit the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, as well as biblical prophecy. So you can better understand. And then you got the Edomites, okay, who would be a bunch of weirdos, okay? And they're into idolatry, pedophilia, bestiality, incest, drinking blood, eating doo-doo, drinking up their butts, smoking cigarettes, doing drugs, just being weirdos, okay? Dyeing their head different colors, you know, being a homo, HOMO. You know, these are all the characteristics of Esau, Edom. Okay. Let me see. See. It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay. So one people shall be stronger than the other people. You know, mentally, spiritually, and physically, we're stronger than you so-called white people. Okay? Who started boxing? You so-called white people did. Who dominates boxing? We do. Our nation. Who started basketball? You so-called white people did. Who dominates basketball? We do. Who started football? You so-called white people did. Who dominates football? We do. Our nation, the nation of Israel. Why? Because the one people shall be stronger than the other. Okay? And we know that the elder who came out first was Esau, Edom. And the younger is Jacob. Okay? So just real quick, let's go over here to Google. And let's type in Bible. Let's see, the Lord shall destroy in this mountain the covering casts over all the people. KJV. So that's Isaiah 25. Let's get it. Isaiah 25 and 7. Let's see. Okay, so Isaiah 25 and 7. It says, And he will destroy in this mountain, what mountain? Esau's mountain, which will be the government of Esaw. Okay? The face of the covering cast over all the people. Right. Because not only did these Edomites change the name of their biblical nationality and started calling themselves white, not only did they change the names of the nationality of the biblical Israelites, but they also changed the names of the biblical nationalities of all the other nations. They started calling Moab Chinese people. They started calling Japanese people. They started calling Ammonites Japanese. You know, they started calling Ishmaelites Arabs. They started calling Elamites East Indians. Persians, Iranians. But they started calling them Iranians. Even though the Persians changed their own name, you know, the Persians started calling themselves Iranians. But still, these different nations, they can no longer hide themselves from their biblical nationality. Okay? You nations cannot hide yourself from your biblical nationalities. Now it's being revealed who everyone is in the Holy Scriptures. Okay, you Africans, from you Sudanese to you Ethiopians to and I'm talking about the actual Hamites, You Africans, you are the biblical Hamites. You Chinese people, you are the biblical Moabites. You Japanese people, you are the biblical Ammonites. Okay? You Hawaiians, you are the biblical, you Hawaiians, you Samoans, you are the biblical Japhetic people. Okay? You Russians, you are the biblical Edomites. You Europeans, you are the biblical Edomites. Okay? You Jewish people, you are the biblical Amalekites. Y'all come from Amalek, who is ultimately a descendant of Esau, which makes y'all Edomites. Okay? You Germans, you are descendants of Esau, the Temanites. Okay? That still don't change the fact that y'all are Edomites. Y'all come from Esau. Anybody who descends from Esau is a fucking Edomite, period. Okay? You East Indians, you are the biblical Elamites. Same thing with you Persians and Iranians. You are Elamites. Y'all come from Elam. You Arabians. Y'all are the biblical Ishmaelites. Okay? You so-called Negroes, which will be you so-called blacks here in America, or just you so-called blacks in general. Y'all are the biblical Israelites from the tribe of Judah. You West Indians. Okay? You West Indians. You are biblical Israelites from the tribe of Benjamin. You Haitians, you are biblical Israelites from the tribe of Levi. You Dominicans, you are biblical Israelites from the tribe of Simeon. You Cubans, you are biblical Israelites from the tribe of Manasseh. You Guatemalans to Panamanians, you are biblical Israelites from the tribe of Zebulun. Okay, you Puerto Ricans, you are biblical Israelites from the tribe of Ephraim. Okay, you Argentinians to Chileans, you are biblical Israelites from the tribe of of uh of Asher. I believe it's Asher. Okay, excuse me one moment. Okay. No, I believe it's Naphtali. I believe you no, you Chileans to Argentinians come from the tribe of Naphtali. And you Colombians and you Uruguayans come from the tribe of Asher. But let's fact check that. Okay. Let's do this. Please excuse me, my let's go to File Explorer and let's go to pictures here. Biblical images for edification. And surprisingly, I don't have the 12 tribes chart here. Okay. Okay. But you so-called North American Indians, y'all come from the tribe of Gad. Okay. Y'all come from the tribe of Gad. You Mexicans, y'all were biblical Israelites that come from the tribe of Issachar. You so-called North American Indians, y'all were biblical Israelites that come from the tribe of Gad. Okay. 12 tribes. Here we go. Bam, beautiful. Okay. And let's enlarge this. So let's see. And of course, you Seminole Indians, y'all come from the tribe of Reuben. So yeah, I was right. The Argentinians and Chileans come from the tribe. They are the Argentinians and Chileans are biblical Israelites that come from the tribe of Naphtali. Okay, and the Colombians and Uruguayans come from the tribe of Asher. Okay, so the Wada Yahweh, the Wada Yahweh Shai. For the correction there. Okay, so that's everyone's biblical nationality on this planet. So, you know, the prophecy of Isaiah 25:7 is came to pass. Okay, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all the people. That includes the Israelites as well. And the veil that is spread over all the nations. And that veil represents the false names that these nations are going by outside of their biblical nationality. Okay? The Lord is bringing it back into your remembrance of what your nationality is according to the Bible by the mouth of who? His prophets. So I pray that you, sincere brothers and few sisters, have been edified. through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say Shalom. So on to the next one.